mini glasses shit you're talking about?
Mini glasses.
What is it? What is it?
It's the anti-glasses masterclass.
Okay, and for those that... yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
No, you go ahead.
Do you know what masterclass is?
I do. I was just going to say what it was.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's basically this website where they get, like, the pros of the pros to, like, teach a class on something they're an expert in. And I guess they're giving those classes to just anyone now.
Yeah, you can just buy them.
Anyone can just host them now.
Oh, I see. That makes more sense. Real talk, though, before you get into that, the Neil deGrasse Tyson masterclass is really good.
Ooh.
He talks... It's mostly about science, but there's a lot of, like, tangents and good stuff in there.
I see.
You won't like it, but other people might.
I probably would. I had a year subscription to Masterclass because it was $1 for some reason.
Oh, wow, nice.
Never used it.
Oh, my God.
Once. I think I opened the website, logged in, looked at some stuff, and then never watched anything.
I watched like 4 or 5 of them when I got a subscription. Neil deGrasse Tyson, the best one on there, I think.
Wow.
Shout out to him.
Okay, but anyway, getting back into this lady.
Yeah.
Forget her name, but it doesn't matter. Because she's kooky. She's a freak.
Okay.
She believes that glasses are a scam. They're fake. And it's all, if you wear glasses, it's just all in your head.
What do you mean in my head?
If you just try hard enough, you'll be able to see again. If you take her master class and learn the correct eye exercises and you pay for her very special essential oils,
okay,
your eyesight, if it was bad, will just come back. Magic.
Her name is Samantha Lotus, apparently.
Samantha Lotus.
What a fake name. There's no way that's her real last name.
Samantha Lotus.
Sounds like some weird porn star name. She's a holistic master coach.
Indeed.
She's Canadian.
Oh, I bet she is.
The first line of this article is, it's her name, and then it says, "Who says she can teach you to see clearly again for only $11?"
A mere $11. Now that's just the class. They didn't include the price of the essential oils, which are known to cause all essential oils are known to cause blindness if you put them anywhere near your eyes.
Shocker.
Deliver helpful tips to bring it back. Rub essential oils all over your face and eyes. I'll just heal you magically. You'll be all good.
A fucking quote from this. It says, "If you're closed-minded and want to stay a victim," and then the next part is all caps, "this is not for you."
A victim. That's me.
The only.
But not you. You cured your bad eyesight.
Okay, I like that we're making fun of this, but I am literally the definition of her masterclass. I'm a prime example. For those that don't know, I used to wear glasses. I didn't wear them as a kid, and then like, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 years old or something, I don't really remember, I needed glasses. Wore them all through high school, and then like sophomore year, maybe junior year, I'm like, fuck these, I'm not wearing them anymore. And I literally just kept them literally all summer long. Didn't wear them for 3 months. My mother kept yelling at me, saying to put them on, I needed them on. I'm like, nope, don't need them, I can see fine. Then to prove her, we went to the eye doctor together, and the eye doctor confirmed it, and I was right. My eyesight, I told my mom I willed my eyesight to correct itself, and
barely you did.
And she was not happy that I was right. And ever since, I haven't needed them.
Things to be right about, too.
I know, right? I was so confident I didn't need them anymore. I'm like, they're not doing anything. Oh yeah, and then all my friends who still needed glasses kept asking me how I did it.
Truly. They'll never know. Secret's safe with you. You're just built different.
Secret is fake with me. Get better eyes, asshole.
See, I mean, you willed it better than she did. She's using essential oils. That's cheating.
True, I did it for free.
That's not will.
Yeah, and I didn't have to pay $11. Their negative energy does not affect me, she says. The critics and hate mail have certainly come flooding in, I bet. This fucking lady could have been a whole episode on her own.
Maybe.
Where did you find this?
I just popped off on some YouTuber I watched talked about
it wasn't on X?
Don't call it that. Don't validate it. It was not on Twitter. I think it was mostly on TikTok.
The gears in your head had to turn for a second. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. What are you talking talking about?
I have never heard any. Not that this is our Twitter debate, but I still have never heard anyone reference it as X.
I'm pretty sure the website is still called Twitter too.
Yeah.
Let me check.
It does say twitter.com as the hyperlink.
It does indeed.
Yeah.
If I put x.com, will it like
No, you're going to go
redirect me?
porn site.
You know what? It did redirect me, but it also changed like the URL to twitter.com.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
So if I just do x.com?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, you're right. Then it does do twitter.com. Funny. Did he change?
Amazing.
Okay, yeah. The retweet button is now repost.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The stupidest idea.
I can't believe you. Anyway, we're not going to get into this.
Anyway.
Stupid Samantha Lotus. Dumbass. People get baited.
Another fool among fools.
I like that. Yeah, it is funny that, though, that you're right, that just anybody can have a masterclass now. Used to be exclusive.
Yeah. People who knew what they were talking about. Now you can't trust
Yeah,
it.
I wonder how many other people on here are like this. I haven't checked it out in a while, but interesting. Welcome, everybody, to episode 92
Whoa!
of You're Ridiculous. My name is Luke. I am one of your hosts, as always, and with me is the lovely Wolf. I was going to say something else, but my brain didn't work. Had to,
Probably for the best.
Had to go with the first word I could think of. Last week, or I guess we took a week off due to technical difficulties, not by our choosing.
Yeah.
But that won't stop us this week, right, Wolf?
That's right.
So 2 weeks ago, technically, we talked about stuff that we were excited for still coming out in 2023. Or 2024 if you're Wolf and you're waiting for your VR stuff.
Yeah. Well, soon.
Yeah.
Ish.
Gotta put up the crowdfunding page.
Yeah, for my PS5 and PSVR 2.
Right. But this week, we are talking sort of a little bit different about the opening intro to Summertime Rendering, a potentially popular anime for the fall season.
Indeed. It's been long enough that I don't actually know how popular it was anymore.
Yeah, it did come out a little while ago, didn't it?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's not still worth talking about.
Yeah, it's not our fault Disney put it in jail.
That's right. They did not make it available for a while. So we had to go to Hulu. We had to go to a whole different platform.
We did indeed.
But that won't stop us. I have watched it all. Wolf, due to...
Oh, you failed.
What?
I said, you finished it.
Due to events beyond their control, thank you, Starbucks, has prevented them from watching it. So we're going to save the whole discussion of the show itself for another episode. How's that sound, Wolf?
Yeah, that'll have to do. Yeah.
And then this week...
In the meantime,
we're going to be you're going to be analyzing the intro. I'm not analyzing shit.
I'm gonna tell you what the whole anime is about without even seeing it.
The only thing you know is I briefly mentioned that it's got sort of a Groundhog Day vibe.
Yeah.
That could go in so many different directions. That's not even a spoiler.
Yeah, I haven't seen the original Groundhog Day or the second one, but I think it's like the third or fourth one that was set in space. Yeah. And I think that's all I need to know.
The first one is the best one.
I bet.
Yep. As with most sequels, the first one is always the best. So...
Listen, unless a sequel's planned, it's never going to be as good.
That's right. And yeah, and it's like The Godfather or Lord of the Rings or something, when they have like the whole story already planned out and everything, it's always worse.
Yeah.
But if they're like, we're going to do this story, and then it turned out to be a big hit, and it's like, oh, we're going to do another one. That's always...
Shit, we resolved everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Make a new problem.
It's always like, it's not even a new problem. It's make the same problem again with a slight tweak to it.
Yeah. Revert that character back 5 minutes.
Scrub the old timeline. We're going to change shit. Possibly. Speaking of timelines, let's get right into this. Summertime rendering.
Sure, summertime rendering. I guess I can tell you what it's about, but I will start with just what it opens with. It opens with a maze-like pattern. That means the main character is trying to find the right path out, but they're failing because as it pans out, you can see it's not a maze at all. It's a labyrinth.
Oh.
And the difference between mazes and labyrinth is mazes, there's a way out. Labyrinth, the goal is to find the middle.
Right.
So you're trying to get deeper in. So trying to find the way out is only going to get you more lost because you have to get to the core of the issue.
Right.
He's got to get to the core of the issue.
Okay.
Then it switches over to like this grid of 3x3 squares.
Yeah.
Which I think implies that there's some sort of surveillance happening. That someone who probably hasn't been revealed until like the second core has put the main character into this situation.
Okay. Interesting.
Then up on the screens. This is, by the way, this is a really dry opening.
Yeah.
It's slow and it's dry and it's very artsy and I can see what's going on, but I think this is like the one opening I'd say it's okay to skip.
Yeah, I am prone to skipping. Big fan of skipping intros.
You sure
Listen,
are, even when you shouldn't.
If they didn't want me to skip it, they wouldn't put the skip intro button there.
They didn't put that there. Your filthy corporate overlords
Listen,
did.
They want me to spend more time watching the program and not the OP.
This is ridiculous.
The only one I'll spend time watching
nonsense.
is Ranking of Kings. All three of them.
The only one that has earned your valor.
That's right. Listen, that just means that none of the OPs are good.
Nah, it just means you're wrong.
Alright. That's a discussion for another time.
I think we've even had it. Anyway.
Worth having again.
Then the screens, they transition into text flickering on all the different screens at a time. And it's black text with red text superimposed over it. Or is it just imposed? Regardless, that means that it's either a sign of bullying, as in the red being the bullies bullying the victim, or a sign of a delinquent, someone's bad at school, who's getting low marks.
Okay.
And then you see there's crude doodle.
Do you remember what the red text says?
The red text says, what does this one say? Goten tira.
Oh, right. It isn't.
Someone said something.
It's worth pointing out.
There's a lot of text.
It's worth pointing out for those that don't know. It's obviously in Japanese. We didn't mention it, although that's probably obvious to most people at this point. I don't speak Japanese. Wolf does, though, vaguely.
Yeah, it's funny looking at these. It looks like the person, the black writing, is the one who doesn't know Japanese. So it looks like these are just like writing assignments in lines, and they're getting verbs wrong and such.
Oh, interesting.
Which there are some, I'll call them tan characters in the title picture thing.
Yeah, they are.
So maybe that's one of them.
Not exactly white, but
they're darker than everyone else there.
Yeah, there's 2-3 white people. Well, it's a couple, but yeah, they're more tan than anything.
That's funny. And then of course, there's also sprinkled about. There's these crude doodles of a guy and a girl, and that most likely signifies childhood lovers. So probably the main character, and knowing how time travel Groundhog Day anime work, his girl, his lover.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you assume that the main character is a guy?
It always is.
Okay, fair enough. Precedence then. Totally fair. Moving on. Totally fair.
Hit enter.
Yep.
So this OP, it does a thing that a lot of time travel go back in time anime does, and it loops the opening halfway through and plays the same thing twice, but the second playthrough it's slightly different.
Yeah.
This one doesn't do it as well, but on the first playthrough, there's a spear and it spins around, which I believe signifies a sort of spin the bottle, but with the spear. So the deaths that are happening or have happened are completely random, and there's no meaning or cause to it. It has just happened because that's life.
Mm-hmm.
And then main girl's death, I believe is the blonde one in the swimsuit. Her death, totally random. Which is probably why they feel it's probably preventable. But I'm sure the big twist is that it probably wasn't random at all. Then there's another brief flicker of there's a shuriken at the top of the screen. It also kind of looks like the Mangekyo Sharingan. And I assume that means they are the bully or cause of death, or both.
Interesting.
And throughout the OP, there's these. At first, I thought it might have been fire, but I'm pretty sure it's blobs of water. Because the lead girl, blonde, she is wearing a swimsuit, which means she probably drowned. Or their method of Groundhog Daying this is through a body of water.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
And there's a really brief shot of old photos. It looks like it's of real people. So there's definitely gonna be time travel. Like before the Groundhog Day even started.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me scrub forward in the time, the OP.
Yep.
And then it lingers on a really still shot of the girl for a stupidly long time. She's just standing there.
It's weird.
Wet.
Yeah, she's just dripping.
Looking real sad.
She do be looking sad.
And then the main character slowly, dramatically raises a gun and shoots himself naturally to restart the timeline so he can try again. And it's at that point that the OP restarts.
Yeah, interesting.
And we start from the beginning, and this time, kind of the same like 3x3 surveillance thing, the maze. It lingers on the maze for even longer, actually. It like spins and pans out like a kaleidoscope type thing.
Yeah, it does do some like artsy stuff like that.
Probably representing all the different timelines they're about to go through to try and get this nonsense right.
Okay.
But now the comics, they're less crude, still crude, but less crude. But they're depicting some different characters now. The nature of the OP means I don't know who any of the characters are. Didn't even get to see any.
Of course.
Except the blonde girl.
Yeah. And the guy.
And the guy.
But that's still only two of, several as in anime has.
Truly. I'm looking at the comics. Are there any characters whose names start with like either A or Ko?
Okay, so the main character's last name is Aijiro. Yeah, and then we do have a couple Ko's actually.
You love to see it.
Yeah, good catch on that one. The two characters have the last name Kofune.
Okay.
And then we have one. It's more of a family, but the primary member of that family is a little girl, and their last name is Kobayakawa.
Okay. So it looks like at least one of the people in that drawing is the first Ko you gave me. It's already left my mind. Kofune.
Yeah.
And then there's the second character here, who is anyone who starts with like Hi.
Yeah, Haine.
Haha. Oh, it's all coming together. So now.
Piecing everything together just by last names. I'll say this because maybe it might actually matter. Haine is their only name. It's not said that it's a last name or a first name. So I don't know. Maybe that'll change things for you, but it is interesting.
Just Haine.
Yeah.
That's so great. So now I can sort of interpret this little 6-panel comic.
Okay.
Looks like Haine interacted with Kofume, one of the Kofumes, because it looks like instead of like A, it looks like A probably doesn't mean their name, but there's Kofume A and Kofume B, as in there's two of them because there's two sisters, and whichever one represents A interacted with Haine in some way, and Haine stepped on him.
God, I wish that were me.
Which I guess means like wronged them in some way or killed them, something like that. And then Haine then gets with the other sister that's still alive. She clearly has no clue what has happened.
The
so
other
I believe
one, the other Kofune.
The other one. The other Kofune. So I think knowing there's like Groundhog Day happening, of course, it's probably like the guy, his girlfriend or his lover, childhood lover, mysteriously died, and he's trying to prevent that. And trying to do that, he has now been looped in with someone else who is trying to prevent their sister's death. And probably it probably means this has been going on for like a really long time, involving lots of people he doesn't even know or care about. But being that he's the main character, he's got to be kind of a decent person. So naturally, he's going to try and save as many people as he can, everyone who he encounters on this journey, to hit the ultimate true timeline in which no one dies and everyone lives, and whoever's out here doing this killing, probably Haine, is stopped.
Okay.
More water droplets, more specks, more maze, more bad marks. And I did have a time. I did have a time. I did have time to translate some of the chorus, which is basically as it transitions into just the maze kaleidoscope section. in which it says, steal and steal again. We clearly steal from each other's life. Life being like the metaphorical type of life.
Right.
Energy, etc. Spirit. Please don't say goodbye yet. I don't understand why you're not here. And that's when he like shoots himself.
Oh, okay.
Which probably means like the act, it's probably like a Madoka Magica situation in which the act of trying to save each other or save his girlfriend is just making the situation worse, and it's gonna just result in her becoming unsavable. Even more unsavable than she was before.
Interesting. There's a...
It's kind of...
Okay, there's a famous phrase, actually. It was, for those that are listening are going to tell me that it's from this. It was in Kung Fu Panda, but it's not originally from Kung Fu Panda, you schmucks.
All right.
That one often meets their destiny on the road trying to avoid it. Do you think it's that sort of thing happening here?
Yeah, probably something like that.
Interesting. I was going to say, I could see it, but I already have seen it.
Yeah, you have indeed.
I already know it's going to happen.
And that is the plot of Summertime Rendering.
Okay, I have two other things first before I can... What is happening?
What is happening?
I don't know. Google...
This girl cannot be Japanese.
Here, I'll have two things first. So I want you to... This is the art or the cover art for the first core. Is there anything more that this tells you about the show than, or what you think tells you?
Let me see. I wish I had gotten any gleam of what State Nail Gun Guy was. Didn't get that though.
Okay.
There's someone. So this girl with the knife, she's probably the like delinquent, the one getting all the bad marks. She's the odd one out, so she's probably the one who doesn't fully know Japanese.
Okay.
Then there's main character. There's the gun he was in the OP with.
Yeah.
Main girl, not as wet. Oh, I do. Her seashell necklace. That's something interesting. It actually doesn't. I don't think there's anything. Well, I guess in the OP she does like kind of play with it.
Okay.
But I don't know what it means. Seashells probably like represent something, the way like flowers do.
Sure.
But I don't know that one.
Okay.
And there's someone way in the background just standing there. That's probably the antagonist.
Which one? There's several people. Oh, the one in the way back?
He's way back.
Okay, yeah.
That girl in the like white who's like sort of back.
Yep.
She's the dead sister.
Okay.
And I guess the other one with the sledgehammer is the living sister.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You know what? Yeah, the one that like, so the five in the frontmost, they've all lost someone, and that's why they're doing this timeline Groundhog Day bullshit to try and get them back. Then of course the row behind them, they're dead. They're dead and they're unsavable.
Okay.
But they're gonna try anyways. And then the far back, that's the mastermind. He's the surveillance guy.
Right. That's the one
person.
watching.
Yeah, watching everything unfold probably caused it all to happen.
Okay. Anything else before we move on to the second core?
That's all I got.
That's a pretty good amount though, just from one picture. Here's the cover art for the second core.
Now it's an isekai.
Yep.
We've lost some characters.
They do not appear to be nearly as present.
So nail gun guy gone. Girl with the sledgehammer gone. So we're left with the delinquent, the main character, and the love interest. I guess she's not a delinquent. She just doesn't know the language. She's just foreign.
Okay. She's just foreign. Yeah.
And now we've got like these black hands, which there is like a black figure in the OP kind of like superimposed on the second round that the OP plays. So that's probably that.
Okay.
And yeah, I can't quite see if there's like the black hands are coming from something, but that's the dark force causing all this issue.
Yeah.
And the seashell necklace now being kind of at the forefront, and he's like grasping for it. That's probably the key to their success for whatever reason.
Okay.
In a otherwise hopeless, should be unsuccessful situation.
Right. Yeah, and anyone saying why would a seashell be the key? It could literally be anything.
Truly.
It like anything could be the key in anime. You never know.
It could be your dirty used sock.
It could be your cum rag that you store in your top drawer.
It could be your life-size rarity plush with modifications.
It could be your miniaturized rarity in the cum jar.
Rainbow Dash, but yes.
Oh, well, no, they got both.
Oh, even worse. Even worse.
Just had to correct me, huh?
I had to.
Okay. That's all you got?
That's all I got.
That's a pretty good amount. I'll commend you just for getting that much. Regardless of whether you're right or wrong.
I came up with a lot to say.
Yeah, that's just a lot in general. Whether it's especially so. One thing I wanted to mention while we were talking about this was it's interesting to me how this OP is pretty artistic, but it's also like quite dull.
Yeah,
like
it really
there's
is.
one that always sticks out to me when we talked about popular anime before, and it's Attack on Titan. I think they're season 3 or season 4 OP.
Probably 4 part 1.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the later ones. Where they have this like super black and white militarized view of like a bunch of naval ships and soldiers and stuff, but then it's just like exploding in color. Yeah. And that's really serious, but also super artistic, but this is like a completely different direction.
Yeah, they're both very still, and yet the Attack on Titan one managed to be more engaging, even though it's just like still images panning with explosions happening.
Yeah, and it had more of a bop music as well.
It did.
This one was not amazing. So do you want how much should I reveal about whether you're right or wrong?
Give me like 50%.
Okay.
Whatever that means to you.
Yeah. I won't so much as confirm what is right or wrong. Well, yeah. But I'd say like of the stuff that you said about the OP at least, you got like 80% of it right.
No. What?
Yeah. I'm like sitting here trying to not like just like be in shock about how much stuff you got right. There's like certain characters that you placed doing this thing, and the placement was right, but the character was wrong, and stuff like that. But like overall, the general flow of it, like if you just described that to someone and they've seen the show, they could guess that you're talking about Summertime Rendering.
That's amazing. Yeah. They don't call me Matt Pat Jr. for nothing.
They do call you that. I'd say that like 80% for sure. However, where you started slipping a little bit when you saw the art. The cover art.
It threw me off the trail.
Yeah, you started slipping a little bit. I like that you did call out the seashell necklace on the first one. Obviously, it's super present in the second one. That's pretty relevant. You actually, funnily enough, I'll just say this because it's not really a spoiler. You got the sisters wrong. The sisters are the blonde and the tan girl.
Oh.
Yeah. Those are the sisters for some reason. From what I remember,
I guess that's why she makes it to the second core.
Yeah, not so much the delinquent. I will say that you got this one was pretty obvious, but I still want to confirm that you got it. You got the gunshot right to restart the timeline? And then obviously this time there's like time travel-ish. It's not really, it's more of a loop than time travel.
Yeah.
But one thing is that he's not necessarily the only one aware that it's happening.
That's where the confusion comes in.
So that's most of it. Like I said, you got pretty much right. Which was really funny.
Not bad. Yeah. Pat myself on the back.
Kudos to Wolf.
I'm probably more right than I realize about the other things I theorize about. True. I'll just never know because it takes so long. It's never been confirmed. It probably never will be.
I can't wait for you to like start watching this and just like spam texting me like all the things that you got right from your notes. It's like, I knew it. I knew this.
Saw it in my mind's eye.
One thing I will say is that at least in the core one, all the people there are alive. You said that some people might be dead or whatever, but we all meet them at a certain point living.
Okay.
I won't obviously.
Maybe that means they succeeded.
Yeah.
And there's just these 3 schmucks left stuck in the timeline.
Yeah. Another funny thing is that, so I don't actually check episode titles that often. Do you?
Nah, I'm gonna say no, just because unless it's like in the episode itself, I'll probably never see it.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. Because most of the time, if I'm like watching it, it just goes to autoplay, and so I don't really check it. However, this time, just for obviously for this episode, I did check the names. One thing that I thought was really funny was episode 4. It's obviously a Japanese anime, and I was going back and forth between watching the English dub or the English, English dub,
the dub and the sub.
Yeah, versus the sub. However, the title is French for some reason. I mean, it obviously makes sense. It's the title is Jamais Vu, which is more of a like a not a philosophy, but sort of a feeling when you're put in familiar scenarios that feel strange to you.
Like the opposite of deja vu.
Yeah, exactly. It's opposite of deja vu. Pretty much, word for word, basically.
Oh.
They're antonyms, I should
Those
say.
silly French.
Yeah, stupid French people. French sucks, by the way. Don't take it. Don't learn it. However, and it works for that episode. I just thought it was funny that's like, oh yeah, we have a fucking Japanese anime with English voice acting and then a French title. Great. Nice.
Really throwing you for the loop. Did they say it like in French in the episode?
No, which is why I didn't even know until I looked at the episode titles.
Would have been peak.
I know. It would have been so good. The best part would have been the Japanese voice actors trying to say the French thing. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It would have been great. Yeah, so I'm now very excited for us to have our next episode, or a future episode. I don't want to necessarily say it's next.
Can't make any empty promises.
Right, a future episode that'll be soon, where we talk about the show itself and see how much you actually got right.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's gonna be great. 8 out of 10 for you, Wolf. Kudos. Clap, clap, clap.
Here we go.
But let's move right along. That was summertime rendering. We're gonna now go into Rain's question of the week. Wolf, what is it?
This week's question of the week is, if you could domesticate, like actually truly domesticate one wild animal, what would it be?
Yeah. And I looked up, obviously I know what domesticate means, but I looked up just in case. It's like tame and breed for pet or farm services. Yeah, so you don't obviously, like, if you wanted to pick something that isn't helpful on a farm, you can just, domesticate them to be a pet.
Yeah, some animals can be tamed, like wolves, but they're not, even when they live in captivity for generations, they're not considered domesticated.
Right, yeah. So in this case, it would be like full-on real domestication, like true 100% domestication.
Yeah, and not just yours. It's now domesticated.
Right, yeah. Oh, the whole, for anybody.
The whole species.
Oh, okay. This changes,
at least that branch of the species.
This changes my answer then.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just yours.
Well, okay.
You're one freak of nature.
Well, I had a reason, but now I can't. Now I gotta think of something else. You go first.
Okay. I'd probably domesticate ostriches.
Going all the way back to our fucking ostrich Beast Boy question.
I'm nothing if not consistent.
Why ostriches?
Actually, quite inconsistent. They're kind of a vibe. They're like they're so what's the word? They can do so much. They have so much potential in our modern society. Yeah, they're versatile.
Okay. Like what? What would you want to do with the ostrich that you couldn't do without it?
I could, they'd be like my transportation instead of like a car, but also instead of a bike, because biking is hard. Have you ever biked to work?
I have.
Yeah, you always think it's a good idea until you're actually doing it, and then you're an hour late.
And you're sweaty.
Yeah.
And definitely late. There's no way you're on time. I've biked to work, I've walked to work as well.
Oh, awful. Catch me in the bike lanes? No more. Ostrich lanes.
Ostrich lanes.
I cuddle up to my ostrich in the cold winter nights, and they produce so much body heat, I'm never cold. I'm nice and warm, saving on my heating bill.
Yeah, your desert of a heating bill. Oh my god.
Where I belong. Where the ostrich belongs.
Oh my god. I had such a good answer, but now I don't know.
Can't share with the world with your special
Okay, so
animal.
I'll say, maybe I'll come up with one. My original answer was going to be to domesticate rhinos. And so I could have them as a pet rhino and breed more, but also as my own domesticated rhinoceros army. Because they're basically tanks as an animal.
They sure are. I mean, you could still do the army thing. You just might have other rivaling armies.
That's the thing, though, is I want it to be selfish. And, like, who could stop me? I have the only rhino army in the world.
Like I mean, if you ask a poacher, rhinos are apparently pretty stoppable.
They'd have to, like, well, yeah, but I'd obviously soup them up, give them armor. I'd fully deck them out. And they would never see me coming. I wouldn't, like, let the world know that I'm coming to strike with my rhino force. I would catch everybody by surprise. It's like that guy who built, who got like an excavator and then like turned it into a tank and like destroyed his town.
I know about that guy.
You didn't or did?
I did.
Oh, so like
what a guy.
He was like denied health insurance by the like local provider or something. It was like something like fairly petty, and then he bought like a full-on excavator. And then in his garage, literally turned it into like a tank.
That's amazing. Like no one noticed that happening at all. Or maybe everyone did and they knew how to mind their business.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the picture of what it looked like. He put like armor plating on the side of it. And so nobody could stop him. And it doesn't, you can't like use the road spikes like police have because it doesn't, there's no air in the wheels. It's treads.
Unstoppable.
He like destroyed like half his town. It's so funny.
Deserved. It's like that guy. He's in the same tier as that guy who like in Japan like handcrafted a gun to like commit his assassination.
People are so extra.
Truly.
You know what? I'm sticking with my answer. I think I'll be the first one to figure out the domestication of rhinos. And by the time other people wise up, I'll just have too many. And then, like, I'll train them so we collect other rhinos into our pack.
You'll have a monopoly on domesticated rhinos.
Well, we'll take them into the herd. It's like, it'll be like the first, it'll be like MySpace before they blew it. You know, like we're the first people to do this, and now we're the best. But we won't blow it. Yeah, exactly. We won't blow it. We'll be like, the monopoly on Twitter before it shit itself.
Oh yeah, I don't even understand how MySpace blew it. Like, what was there to mess up? It was a website.
They had so much going for it. Did you ever use MySpace?
Now we've got. I used it after it died. I tried to like make it a thing at my high school to bring it back.
Interesting.
I encouraged everyone I saw to make a new.
I will say the one thing MySpace had over Facebook was that you could, when someone clicked on your page, the song of your choice played.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, nothing will stop my domesticated rhino army. I'll be good to them too because I'm not harvesting them for their horns.
Exactly.
They'll love me, and I love them. And we will first conquer the U.S.
Live forever in harmony.
What would Rain domesticate?
Fascinating. Probably like let's see. What's out there? Crocodiles. Yeah, they're like the cats of the reptile world.
Are they?
Yeah.
Why?
I actually don't remember why. I just remember reading that. I think it's because they like to be like pet, and they're kind of like individualistic, something like that. Like a cat. Like you interact with the cat on the cat's term. You interact with the crocodile on the crocodile's term.
Yeah. Interesting. Fair enough. I mean, I don't think I'd be interacting with a crocodile at all.
Fair.
Although, well, who would win? Surely the rhinos win that war, right?
Against the crocodiles?
Yeah. I could defeat.
They have like this
Rain.
Well, actually, yeah, they've got that. They're just big enough. But I think the crocodiles will put up a fight because they're fast.
They are fast, but surely, as long as we're not fighting anywhere aquatic, I win. I think because I think I could trample them.
Yeah, because I think you couldn't. They wouldn't be able to get a grip on the rhinos.
Yeah, the funny thing about the ostriches is that I just would never be able to catch them. We would live in harmony, like separated.
We're in tentative harmony.
Right. Well, it's harmony because the ostriches can't win and the rhinos can never catch the ostriches. So it's like that thing that happens in nature where like there's an accepted truce at the watering hole.
Oh,
nobody like hunts at the watering hole.
It was chilling.
Yeah, it's this, but it's the entire anywhere we are. It's just the truce between rhinos and ostriches. Oh man! All right,
love that.
Wolf, take it away.
I'm Wolf, taking things away. Thank you for watching episode 92 of You're Ridiculous.
Woo!
If you liked all that, you hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. Hit the bell so you get notified of the next episode. If you're watching on a podcast website, be sure to hit the plus and give us 5 stars to support the show. You can follow us across the internet, the main cast at ridiculous_cast on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow Lucas at 7AngryWasps with an E. And you can follow me as Rainbow does without the W. We hope to see you guys all again next week, but until then, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.